had Michael Coffie going up against Gerald Washington, the softest man in the division. But Washington allegedly contracted COVID, so up steps Jonathan Rice. 13-6, 1 draw, 10 KOs. 34-year-old Jonathan Rice up against Michael Coffie, 12-0, 9 KOs. Michael Coffie on 5 days' notice. The 35-year-old Coffie started boxing at the tender age of 30, and clearly the guy's a fast learner because he'd picked up quite a lot of skills in this short space of time, and he completely desecrated the chin of what's my Philly ball's name? Well, what's his name? Damani Rock. That chin was obliterated. Damani Rock is a former Olympian who clearly can't keep himself away from the refrigerator or fast food restaurants and things of that nature. He clearly ate his way out of any form of top level success in the pro ranks, and 17-0, he got knocked out by Michael Coffie, and that was a good win for Coffie to have that on his resume. And given the fact that Coffie doesn't have much of a boxing background and Damani Rock is an Olympian and what have you, that was a good fight and a good win for Coffie. So he looked on the up and up, and they thought, you know what, let's pair him up against Gerald Washington, and let's see if he beats Washington, and then he can take the next step, because mind you, this guy is 35 years old. He ain't got much time to hang around. Washington contracts COVID, and up steps Jonathan Rice. From the first bell, Jonathan Rice was landing right hands at will, and that's pretty much the tail of the fight. He was just punching the hell out of Coffie. He goes back to his corner at the end of the first round. His coach is telling him, mate, listen, you got to take the right hand away from him. I don't recall the coach telling him exactly how to go about that, given the fact that Coffie, you know, he's a novice really. I don't really remember the coach telling him exactly what to do to take away the right hand, but he told him to take it away. And evidently, Coffie had no clue how to do that, because Rice kept landing right hands all night. And then when the second round started, Coffie tried to jump on Rice. He tried to start aggressively. Mind you, in the first round, Coffie was a lot more. He tends to do the Lomachenko downloading information thing, and he was trying to download info, but Rice was uploading right hands onto his memory bank. Round 2 starts, and this guy Coffie tries to jump on Rice, and by the 30-second mark, that was done. The right hand seized all that action. He was getting picked off by right hands on his way in. He tries to get in. Jonathan Rice picks him off with a right hand. He was ugly. For the most part as well, Rice had no business with Coffie's body. He did not want to know, but he was just head hunting all night, and he was very accurate. He didn't miss that much shots. He didn't waste that much. He was just punching the hell out of Coffie's head. I thought Rice was supposed to be food for Coffie. I guess not. This man did not lose a round. Jonathan Rice did not lose a single round against this guy. So the third round starts the same way the second round starts. Coffie would try to come aggressive, and that gets seized by the right hand. The right hand was just the Jonathan Rice right hand was just the tail of the fight. That's pretty much the story of the fight. He just kept landing that all night. And at some point in the 5th round, they were talking about, Jonathan Rice is looking like Buster Douglas.
I tell you right now, Johnny Rice looks like Buster Douglas.
It's a bit of a weird analogy.
That just shows the state of American boxing, when so technically you're comparing Michael Coffie to Mike Tyson, basically. So I can actually see it's more of a Andy Ruiz. Let's say Jonathan Rice was Andy Ruiz that night, and George Washington was Big Baby because of the pullout, you know, and we had Jonathan Rice playing the Andy Ruiz role, and Michael Coffie is AJ. The thing is, Coffie is unproven. Yes, he's looked decent given his background. That's pretty much it, and I like that about him. I like the fact that, you know, he's an ex-Marine, and now he's trying to, you know, try his hand at boxing, and he's pretty decent at it, you know. But don't try to take it a step further. Don't try to overgas the thing. That's not what this is. Trying to say Jonathan Rice looks like Buster Douglas. Like, why was he that much of a heavy favorite over Jonathan Rice anyways? I felt like he was going to win the fight, but I didn't think he was that much better than Rice. Even though Rice isn't that good anyways. We saw him take a jab at the distance, even though in that jab fight, he refused to engage for the most part. He was in survival mode for the majority of that fight. But in this fight, he had no respect for Coffee's power. He just kept coming forward, bombing forward, and yeah, Coffee was on the back foot. Coffee respected his power, that's for sure. The Rice right hand just kept on flowing. At some point in round 5, the breakthrough came. You could just see as Rice landed one specific right hand, then Coffee kind of just dabbed on his left eye. You can kind of see the life just gets sucked out of Coffee at that point. He started swallowing spit or blood or whatever that was. Started, feeling sorry for himself. You could just see his body language changed, and his eyes started swelling shut. Rice kept on landing right hands, left hooks, and all sorts. Rice was just picking his shots, but he noticed the swelling on Coffee's left eye. That's why he was picking his shot, and at some point the ref stepped in to ask Coffee, yo, are you gonna engage or what's going on? And Coffee kind of just nodded to the ref, and Rice stepped in, proceeded to land further right hands, and Coffee stumbled onto the ropes, and the ref stepped in again and just kind of stopped the fight, man. That was the end of the fight. Some would say Coffee quit there. It's irrelevant, but yeah, he kind of quit. As soon as the swelling came, he didn't want to fight anymore, man. He stopped punching, and he kind of just started feeling sad, and yeah, he wanted the fight to be over, and the ref obliged them. Quite a lot of people were high on this Coffee guy as well. I liked him, but I didn't think he was that great. But I liked him as it was a decent contender in my eyes. I didn't think it was going to be any world beater or anything of that sort. He was an interesting addition to the division. But what do you guys make of him now? What's next for Coffee? Where does he go from here? Is it a wrap, or is it? What's next? What happens to him? It's quite obvious the PBC were about to push him. That was a test against Damani Rock, and this Washington fight was supposed to be another test to see where he's at. And yeah, they brought in a last minute replacement, and it went haywire. Anyways, leave your thoughts down in the comment section. Let me know what you think of the fight, what you think of Coffee, what you think of Rice. So where does Rice go from here? Leave it all down in the comment section. Yeah, subscribe if you're new around here. Have that notification bell on as well, so you know exactly what's going on over here. Give me that like as usual. The Twitter's !UK. I'm out.